me to be the next president, absent things that we don't want to see happen in this country. And I think that I am very worried in our country. I think we are skating on thin ice as a nation. We have done everything in our part to make, and done, every one of us in this room has done our part to save the country. And I am so proud of every one of you who have lifted us up. But we're a campaign founded on the truth. And so that's why we've made that decision today. And I'm also making the decision that this has to be an America First candidate in that White House. Beginning, there are 2 America First candidates in this race. And earlier tonight, I called Donald Trump to tell him that I congratulate him on his victory. And now going forward, we'll have my full endorsement for the presidency. And I think we're going to do the right thing for this country. And so I'm going to ask you to follow me in taking our America First movement to the next level.
ALB.
It did not begin in 2016. It began in the 70s.
All right, so interesting development. Probably the right call, right? I mean, he fights on. He's not going to do well in New Hampshire. So I think tonight, that night was a good moment for him to leverage what he's accomplished. And he did it aggressively with support right behind Trump. I think that's going to bode well. What I saw on yesterday was sweet. It's been a wild 48 hours it can take. Trump slammed him, then a bunch of people slammed him, and then he, graciously bowed out. People are like, okay, well, since you bowed out now, it's kind of like you're okay with you again. And there's been this back and forth. So I think, long story short, I think that they kind of
this is Robert Gouveia.
He got a save Trump thing. I don't think that really was necessary, but he politics.
Watching the watchers.
So the game is over now, right? Okay. Good game. Shake hands, right? You give it your all when you're out on the field.
The locals.
Game's over. You shake hands. You go across the other side. You shake their hand. You say, good game. As long as you didn't cheat and kick each other in the nads, you have good sportsmanship. And so I think that's what this was. And I think that he'll be.
Shit. You go through a car wash.
That's not necessarily a bad thing as long as he's on the right side. Like Obama was very effective for the left. There's arguably Obama's still in charge. So if we had somebody who could also, have that intelligence, I'm not saying that Obama was all that right, but somebody who could, for the right, cause basically realignment in the country towards the right. It's not a bad thing. This guy's young. He might be around for a long time. So if he can cobble together, a nice, as long as it's authentic to what he's been saying, as long as that doesn't change, then I think he might be a powerful force for the foreseeable future. So, but it is, I think, a wise move. I think it's going to play well for him politically. And I did have some reaction from the Bidens. The Bidens were also out. So Joe Biden came out. He says, it looks like Donald Trump just won Iowa. Stumbling with marbles in his mouth all over the place. He's the clear front runner on the other side at this point. It's good, Joe. Maybe you should indict him again. But here's the thing. This election was always going to be you and me versus the extreme MAGA Republicans. Okay, not even Donald Trump. Everyone else. It was true yesterday, and it'll be true tomorrow. So if you're with us, chip in now. And go donate. So, right, that's, again, it's not Trump, it's the entire party. And Joe Biden's just realizing, hey, you indicted a couple times, Joe, through your DOJ. Now they're banking, I don't even know what they're going to do with Joe. Are they going to keep him around? Or are they going to move him out of here? They've got a lot of money. So here's what they said. The Biden-Harris campaign says it has the largest war chest of any Democratic candidate in history. Here's Joe. Volunteering somewhere. They say the re-election campaign announced on Monday it has $117 million on hand, which doesn't, money's important, but not that important. Ron DeSantis is going to vaporize $200 million. The president and vice president, how much did, for example, Bloomberg vaporize? Remember that? They say they've raised more than $97 million in the fourth quarter of 2023. That's a big number, but not that big. I mean, this would be $1 billion on each side, right? This year, I would imagine. Probably on the left. The total includes fundraising efforts by the campaign and the DNC and a bunch of other people. In the third quarter of 2023, Biden-Harris announced to raise more than $71 million, $91 million cash on hand. Even though Joe Biden's not doing much campaigning at all, they've got a lot of money. The historic hall, proudly powered by grassroots, they say, yeah, right. The Team Biden-Harris coalition knows the stakes. We're seeing early sustained support. Nikki raised $24
Yeah, I'm off to work.
million. Biden-Harris says that
Didn't work.
97% of the donos were less than $200, and that 1/3 of its donos are new. So we're going to start shifting, I think, probably sooner rather than later into, main campaign season. I mean, we're going to have New Hampshire in a week, and if Trump, which he's expected to do, then I think that's kind of it, right? We'll shift into campaign season. Hey, what's up? Righty says, you know how they say dogs are like their owners? You talking about Rocco reminds me of you telling us you find eating an inconvenience and you're not much of a food person. Maybe Rocco was copying you, wolfing down your food, pun intended. That's a funny one, Righty. And Rocco was kind of like, we were kind of like each other. So he, an old English bulldog is short and stocky and kind of wide, which is kind of how I am, It was kind of funny. And, yeah, it's funny. Dogs kind of resemble their owners and vice versa. It's your spirit animal, Righty says, if Trump became president and the House and the Senate both became Republican, what could the Democrats do to stifle Trump's progress? Would they have to run the courts or other methods of putting up roadblocks? Well, I mean, basically do what they're doing now. So, yeah, I think that there would be, lawfare. There's going to be a lot of lawfare anyways, but then Trump's, government does the defending on those things. So there'll be a lot of lawsuits, but the government has a lot of lawyers to fight those things anyways. I think the bigger thing that they would do, the big thing that they do is basically like civil disobedience, non-compliance with Trump. And I think he had that rampant in his first administration. I think there's a lot of people who were there at the pleasure of the president who were doing their own bidding, not actually doing the bidding of the president. So it's like sort of, inactive, not active countermeasures, but like inactive countermeasures. Yes, Mr. President, I'll do that for you. Yes, I'll get right on that. And and then Trump delegates stuff to you and it doesn't get done. So that, they could fight Trump again. They could do a really crossfire hurricane situation where Trump wins and he's suddenly already under impeachment and investigation before he even steps foot into the office. Make up some other thing. Trump had a bad phone call with Putin.
Car wash.
Okay.
Please
Right,
deposit
so a fake
$8.
political attack. Just
Please
like
wait
they
while
did
your
last
transaction
time,
is
all that
processed.
stuff. A repeat. It's going to be like season 5.
Thank you for your purchase.
Good to see you. It says, greetings all. Court closed this morning, but now it's warming up in Houston. Love that little Nimrod placed third. Me too. I'm really happy about that. I'm glad that she didn't come up higher. Hey, what's up, Raymond? Says, is there a Whoop team for Water Lodge Fit Challenge? No, actually, Raymond, you're the first one to bring that up. Maybe I'll make that the post tomorrow. So I don't have a Whoop, and I don't know how that works. What that is, but Whoop is what they do. So maybe I'll post that to the tomorrow. Maybe you can rock and roll tag or something.
It's not moving.
First Amendment, caucus hard.
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
Caucus hard. 2 words. What's up? It says, CPU is Cuban. he's from New Hampshire. I did not know that. Well, he said he's going to trade if Nikki Haley doesn't win. Husky Mom! Today I'm halfway to being a baby. Woo! Husky Mom. So that's amazing. So that's like 4.5 months. So halfway there. Glad to have you. This old guy says, great speech, and I'm like, Biden, you don't think claim he was serving in Congress. He actually spoke. You know, thanked people, brought on brick guys, the whole thing. He's kind of, competent. It's nice to see him. Hey, Spud says, I have dubbed Nikki Ninradery. Yeah, she's basically like a reincarnate of if Nikki Haley's like the child of George Bush and Hillary Clinton, right? Crash says, groupthink, maybe that's groupthink at Figiocal caused the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. Crash says only one engineer wanted to wait until the morning warmed up to above 32 degrees. But the groupthink is what's going on with Dems on the mainstream media. 73 seconds into the flight, the rubber watches failed. Dems have no clue. That's amazing. I like this. Talking about something. You're right, everyone else is wrong. We don't need to do any self-analysis. Same thing happening with the DNC. I think that people believe the FBI is a legitimate entity, and a lot of people do.
Oh,
A lot of people don't. Captain Jack Sparrow's here. Oh my gosh. Good morning. First time being able to catch the morning show live. Absolutely love your platform. Thank you, Captain. Very nice tip this morning. Thank you for that. And thanks for jumping in and saying so. I'm really glad that you're here. Captain Jack Sparrow. What was one of his lines? I'm not going to try to butcher it. But thank you, Captain. Very nice. I'm glad that you were able to make it. I'm glad you're catching the show. Hope you're having a beautiful week, my friend. Spud says, yeah, Tish James, it's all about raw power. They don't even care about what you think about it. As long as they get reelected, that's it. Like, you just need your team. It's not a bad strategy. You just need really your team. And that's it. And she just keeps going after Trump, and it keeps working. Right, he says, what's a Whoop team? I think it's probably just a, like on the app, you just get to connect with people. It's like a fitness thing. It's like a Fitbit. It's a fitness wearable. And then I think there's probably an app. I don't have one, so I don't know exactly, but I think you probably like join a team and you can share each other like metrics and stuff like that. T. Lewis says, hello, Rob, and hello, my fellow watchers. FYI, today is day 5 of the successful New Year's resolution I've made for 2024, which is no smoking. Yes. Hope everyone has a terrific Taco Tuesday. T. Lewis, thanks for saying that. You're right, it is Taco Tuesday. It is. And congratulations on day 5, man. No smoking. That's a good one. I hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling steady as she goes. I know that's a big one. Smoking's a big one, I know. Not from personal experience, but from other experience. I know it's very, very addictive. So good to see you, Ryan. We also had some comments from yesterday. And let's see what we have here. Why is that image loaded? I'm sweet. What's going on here? Okay, let's hit yesterday's feed and see what else we had. We had JC says, Fanny, we were talking about Fanny and her little speech yesterday. Oh, we had Zach Nichols too. And John McGarvey was sharing this one from Good Logic. Good Logic was talking about the spotlight. And then here Zach says, yeah, speaking about Fanny, he says, this is the most peculiar place for a political speech. And I thought that too. It's like, you give people some grace when they're in church. Okay, this is like a really sacred thing, in my experience, in my life. So you kind of want to give it to other people, like, okay, give them some grace to talk about their sins, right? And, be more spiritual, right? You give them, like, it's like a safe space, to use their language. But when you go in there and then you say, I'm going to be protected by the power of my religion, and then I'm suddenly going to now the power of my church, and then suddenly going to use it as a political launch pad to call everyone racist, and then say I'm immunized from criticism because I'm in a church or something, like, that doesn't play ball either. No, you get to comment on those things. So JC says, Fannie just needs to suck it up. I've been doxxed, I've been sued, I've been swatted, likely by bill collectors, but that's not the point. We all go through tough times, but most of us don't make excuses for our problems. And she's a prosecutor, okay? Like, she's supposed to be prosecuting mob bosses, right? Like, that's the stereotype. Like, dangerous cartel leaders and drug people who are like, that's her position, that's her role. Now she gets some phone calls from a drunk Trump supporter. It's the end of the world. So this is your job, Fannie. You're dealing with hardened felons, all right? And this is a document crime, your RICO case. So and a speech crime. So bottom line, she's corrupt, and the DOJ likely knew this, which is why they brought her in on the scheme. She was likely offered a choice: join their DOJ racket and get protections, or get outed and face the justice she deserves. Well, who knows? Who knows? But she certainly is playing ball. It's backfired big time. Right, T says reverse racism is a harmful misnomer. Anti-white racism isn't reverse racism. It's just racism. I totally agree with you, Rye. I've been making this argument since I was like in high school, sophomore year. They were teaching us this crap. And we had like a debate, I think. It was like reverse racism. No, it's not. And they say it's not because white people have power. So we can't be racist against you. Okay. All right, guys. Misty says this is the kind of stuff these folks do to undermine the government. This is an ex-post from an investigator. The full document that enables Marxist employees inside our government to hold training sessions. They set up the room, they invite people to speak, they have group assignments, they hold these sessions, facilitator and teams come in, snowball exercise. I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, weird training stuff from Misty. All just indoctrinating themselves. JC says, I'm curious. I know Trump has filed motions related to presidential immunities, but has Trump submitted the Constitution into evidence? Argued in front of the jury and everyone else. I don't think so. It's definitely been referenced, but I don't know that he's moved it into evidence in any of his cases. I'd like to move this into evidence. You have the government object. I object to that. You object to the Constitution? Here, generic Derek, what's up? Says, have you seen the Vivek, Pfizer, and mRNA stuff? I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me follow this link. I know I've done some Vivek pharmaceutical stuff. Here's this link. So here's this link. I'm not going to watch the full thing here. It's 4 minutes, but I'll watch this video on my own time. Let's see what this says. Have you seen Vivek calling out the establishment? He made nearly $8 per share. Vivek Vast. Okay, so it's an interesting take on Vivek. And I think it's probably going into his background a little bit and, how he made his money. And I know he made his money in, kind of sounds scammy, but I think if you expand his whole portfolio, like there was one deal that kind of sounds scammy, but if you expand the whole portfolio, I think that there's probably more good that was done in that whole portfolio of things that accounts for all of the value. But there was one. Basically the theme is that he allegedly took a drug off the shelf that had already been shelved because it was problematic. Like he's like, this doesn't work. I think it's for Alzheimer's. Then he takes it off the shelf, has his, doctor parents or whomever do some studies on it. They say, actually, it kind of does work. They rebrand it, remarket it, market, do an IPO. A bunch of investors come in. He cashes out. Turns out the thing doesn't work, and then the whole thing kind of went under for that one vertical. So I am familiar with that, and I've seen him defend that and talk about that as that's one failed drug, and we tried many drugs, and other drugs were successful, and they're currently on the market being used. That's his defense of it. But I haven't seen Pfizer mRNA stuff in particular. But looks like an interesting video. And Generic, what's up, Generic? Thank you. Says, hello from England. Love your streams, brother. They've been instrumental in Trump red-pilling my homies and family. Yes! Generic Derek, thank you for that, man. And shout out to England, man. It's good to see you. Thank you for chiming in here. Do you know Ryan? Right, T? You guys are neighbors. You've got this one. I'll introduce yourself. You guys should go to, what do you guys do over there? What do dudes do over there? Same thing we do? No. What do we do here? I don't really know. It's a good question. We should solve that. Hey, hello from England. Love your streams. Thank you, Generic. I hope you're having a beautiful day, man. And I'm really glad that you're sharing this stuff with your family. And shout out to Generic Derek's family. Kirby says, not sure you heard, but Adam Schiff hasn't lived in California since 2019. I didn't know that. He's under investigation for mortgage fraud and lying to Congress about his residency. He's disqualified under the constitutional residency requirements. Where's he living? Probably in D.C. Is he shacking up with Frank Luntz now? That Frank Luntz isn't having sleepovers with Kevin McCarthy? Here, Chapa says, did anyone see Dr. John Campbell in his video on the new brain virus and disease? Very interesting. I did not see that, but Dr. John Campbell's great. He's on YouTube. He's got a massive channel, and he did a lot of good stuff back during the pandemic. It says, I'm unable to join the fitness live on Circle. Can you post the meeting? Yes, Bonnie, I did that yesterday. I'm trying to join the group. You posted this yesterday. I posted it last night. There is no Circle Live on the last two. I'm working hard to get healthier. Well, Bonnie, I'm sorry you're having problems. I don't know what is going on, why you're not able to log in while we're live. Yeah, so it is recorded, and my friends, if you missed that yesterday, so Bonnie, thanks for letting me know that you're having some issues there. I'm going to try to see what that might be. So the fitness challenge, we are rocking and rolling today. Today we're talking about our liver because we talked about that yesterday. Here's the day 2 replay. So it's about an hour from yesterday, so that's the full replay. Here's the transcript if you want to read it. That was day 15's post from the gym. And then today is day 16. We're over halfway through this challenge, man. So we are just moving along. Today we talked about our liver, and there's this new technology that allows you to basically analyze your liver just with an MRI, which is pretty cool. So talked about how that works and it might be useful. So that's what's happening over at the Lodge, Bonnie, and I'm not sure exactly why you're having problems, but we'll keep diagnosing that. And Jackie said, using her parishioners and racism, Fanny is using her parishioners and racism, definitely seeing another side of her during that speech. Another side of Big Fanny, no doubt. That's from Jackie. So awesome. All right. And hey, we got some more. This one, caucus hard. 2 words. Caucus hard. Caucus hard. 2 words. Johnny 5 says Fanny is using the Lord's name in vain. Yeah, Knox says that preacher should throw a Bible at her or something. I was trying to keep on the people in the background, but their faces were pretty neutral. Knox says, watching the replay, it's not so much the Fanny waiting in the pond as the travel to the White House. Notice, I like what you did there, Fanny waiting in the pond, get it? Notice that how it's all about the affair and the trip to D.C., it's being swept under the dirty rug. Yes, yeah, in other words, it's going to be the salacious stuff that stands out. It's going to be that she's, having an affair, again, with Nathan Wade, which is like if they, you can't fight love, my friends. You can't fight love. So, that's a separate issue. Now, if she's like paying him, that's a conflict of interest. I think that should have been disclosed. because it's not just whether there is actual bias there, it's about the appearance of improprieties, right? It's the appearance of bias. And now, she's making bang bang with one special prosecutor, but not the other prosecutors. It's like, it's not good. I don't know what Georgia policies are about inter-office romances and whatever, but yeah, it's not ideal. They should probably not be doing that. Why is she consulting God on prosecutors? I don't know, Knox. To defend against the racism, I guess. Ask for help with the racism or something. So, my friends, those were the great comments from yesterday. And sorry we ran short on time. I'm going to try to avoid that today. It's a beautiful Tuesday. And let's do a refresh over here. Fine, don't fight love. Just don't hire your lovers. That's a good point, right? Just don't hire your lovers. And she's super mad at everybody for, I guess, she's trying to save the world. And she was lonely, she was lonely yesterday. Troublemaker says, well, there is this that explains the comment by Misty. The agreements with the Soviet Union, Charlotte was a Department of Education whistleblower in the Reagan administration. From deliberate dumbing down, Soviets in the classroom, the PDF. Interesting. Yeah, so, okay, my friends. Fanny. We'll see if there's anything more from her. Knox says, Miss Fanny gave a totally political speech in a church. She just put "Dear God" in front of every fourth sentence to make it not political. Like one of those games wherein you add "in bed" after every sentence. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It's like, hey, you don't get to just go in there and then enact like a religious force field around your political statements and then be absolved of any response. No, talk about that. Thanks, though. Spud says, Fanny's Jerry Falwell, I have sinned speech. I don't know that I saw that one, but I don't know what that was, really. It was an interesting attempt. I'm looking forward to seeing her filings in court. We'll see what she says to explain it. Husky Mom says, did anyone hear about the Republican from Texas that was running for president, raised $0 in campaign funds? I believe he got arrested, not sure. He only put up $20,000 or whatever, the minimum amount it takes to run, just so he could file in multiple states to kick Trump off the ballots. I believe his name was Castro or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There was a representative Castro, wasn't there? I don't know. I did not hear about that, Husky Mom. But that's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's actually not that funny, but it's not something I recall. Who is that guy? There is a representative Castro. Let me see. I think he's from Texas. Joe Quinn Castro. Yeah, Texas's 20th district. But no, I don't know much more about that. But thanks for flagging it, Husky Mom. It's a beautiful morning. Thanks for sharing that. We got NY says, sadly, I haven't been on the stream a lot. Super busy at the hospital. Well, that's important work you're doing, NY. Also interviewing new resident doctors for next year. Well, we're glad we see you when we see you, NY. But thanks for all your amazing work at the hospital, man. We need good people in the hospitals. That is for sure. I'm so glad that you are here. Husky Mom, this old guy. We got some beautiful donos. Thank you for those, my friends. And here it is from Knox. Here you go. Prolific challenger of Trump's ballot eligibility faces federal tax charges. Oh, it's not Joe Quinn. It's John Anthony Castro. The long-shot GOP candidate is behind many suits to disqualify Trump. False tax returns. Uh-oh. A long-shot Republican presidential candidate who's repeatedly and so far unsuccessfully tried to throw Trump off the ballots now faces 33 counts of false and fraudulent returns. Oops. Each count carries a sentence of up to 3 years. Yikes. Now, the records, which are now public, say he was arrested by federal agents, graduated from law school, never been licensed to practice law. Even so, he made headlines for fire hose of litigation in 27 states. A bunch of his lawsuits are pending. Okay, so he also prepared income taxes for his client's business. Clients of his business accused him repeatedly of promising to help them get higher refunds, but he devised and executed a scheme by submitting false tax records on behalf of unsuspecting taxpayers. Oh man, so your CPA guy is like filing stuff for you and he's like falsifying your records for you? Yikes. All right, so that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Wild. Brought it down on himself. Yeah. Okay, my friend. So let's do a refresh. Now we're going to come back later today. We're going to have a full show. Trump is in trial today. So Trump is, I believe he's there. I'm not positive if he's there, but the trial is starting today. And I think he is there because he was in court. I think his True Social account was posting stuff about E. Jean Carroll. So they're saying Trump is in trial for his defamation trial, and he's defaming E. Jean Carroll again, is what I saw on X. So we'll see if that is true, but we're going to unpack that today. We'll see what else is percolating. We'll see if there's any Fanny response. Christina says, Rob, have you tried Cara oranges yet? They are in season now. I don't think so, Christina, but I remember our conversation about that. So thank you for the reminder. I tried to get some mandarins the other day, and they were not very good. I like the mandarins that are like small, like that are flat and like longer. But there's sometimes they come when I get them, they're like more round, more spherical, and I like the flatter mandarins. But I'll try to. They look good, and I'm trying to elevate my fruit consumption. I want to level it up. I want to be sophisticated with my fruits. So thank you, Christina, for the reminder. All right, my friends, we're going to come back here later tonight to get into it all again. It's a beautiful Tuesday. It's a Taco Tuesday. If you're celebrating, indulge away. We're going to see what is happening out there in the world in just a few short hours. And so I hope you're out there getting after it, accomplishing everything that you need to accomplish, and that you are making it a great day. We'll see you back here soon. Until then, my friends, be well. Bye-bye.
Where the hell's this guy going? Look at this. Two and 3, 1, 6, 1 tango. Doing 80 miles an hour. Cuts me off. He's going to do some more passing on the right here. Who's he cutting off next? Well, son of a bitch, man. Now in the left lane, pulling over, letting people by that were flying. That motherfucker's, look at him. Oh! He almost lost it there. Dude, this guy's, hey, dirty. Look at him. Passing everybody on the right. Elbows up. This guy's flying, man. Tennessee plates. Look at him. Look at him. Dude, fucking rocking. Nine 3161 Tango. Something logistics. Pinnacle. Intermodal. Look at this. I want to get fun and slow down. What an asshole. Good work. Said a quote-unquote driver just cut me off big time, passed me on the right, and then forced me into the fast lane just to avoid getting hit by him. He was doing about 78 in a 65 too, or 60. It happens. You drive as much as I do, you run into shit like that. It's just, I'm a fucking idiot, man. And I don't even know if he's got anything in that truck because it's the way it's rocking. He's still behind me there. He's in the back there. I need to remove something from my washer on this side. Yeah, you've gotten quite a few folks watching there. That's great. I need to turn the scanner on. Yeah, he got behind me again. 28,000 views. Wow. That's incredible. Need to send your link to Ryan Hall for those storms. Ryan Hall, y'all. All right, brother. Let us know, okay?
Central clear, 1223.
Let us know how it goes, Chopper.
Intake, Petersburg Road, intake. Maybe Elizabeth calling in. She was a passerby. Stayed on Petersburg Road. A vehicle slid off the roadway. It was possibly a GMC pickup, blue or gray in color. Clear, showing up.
Prayers, brother.
So 5897 Central. You go ahead and show us how. Right. This is 57. He's showing pulling up.
I don't know. The more I head north, the less snow there is. It's weird. There's more snow at the house than there is here. It blowed and evaporated mostly because it's been too cold to generally melt. It's the first time the roads have been a little bit wet. Yeah, that one of my followers on Twitter or X, whatever, he lives up by Mackinac, and they got a bunch up there too, right at the Straits. When I get off the freeway, I gotta move a chunk of ice from in front of my washer on the driver's side. Just shooting right, big hunk of blue ice there. Is that a toll bridge? Yeah, the Mackinac Bridge. Yeah. Back in the before that, everyone used to use the ferry to cross.
Central 5897 security. Sure. Click.
It's not that much though. I know it's strictly it's just for maintenance on the bridge. They literally gotta paint it every year just about. Blast it, paint it in certain sections. Whoa. Jesus, I'm flying too. I did not even see him coming up. He's the ferry. I still have one. It's like an emergency ferry, because when the winds get too bad, they shut the bridge down. Well, first they'll make it one lane, and you have to be escorted. And then when it gets, they'll shut it down, and they can only use ferries. Which to me is, if it's so windy that you can't drive over that bridge, there's no fucking way I'm getting in a boat. You'll never pay.
Central 5866, copy on check will be. We're checking the area of Grand Boulevard and Lakeview. We have an anonymous caller saying that there's a male walking around, appears to be disheveled, wearing red winter jacket. He's on Grand near that location. He's walking around with his belly hanging out. I wasn't clear what's hanging out. He's walking around with his belly hanging out. Sure, sir.
His belly hanging out. In 10-degree weather. Is that against the law? Walking around with your belly out? I think that's kind of like what
505, you clear the report.
cop was insinuating. He's like, what do you want me to do about that? So he's walking out with what hanging out? Oh, you backed it up? You saw that? Yeah. I should have taken the crunch. Got me a new car. But you never know. Sometimes you die. There's always that possibility of not surviving it, so. Wow, that's nuts. doubt he would have even stopped. He'd have just kept going the way he was driving. Yeah, right. There's a Swiftie up in front of me here.
Physical measure is going to be complete on Clover Lane.
Ooh, that sounds good. Little Mexican pizzas. We get a lot of foreign drivers coming through here. From Ontario.
Central 5852 Hudson.
All right.
Central 53
32nd Harrison.
You respond through the station. Speak with Jacob, who'll be outside the black Ford Taurus. Just gonna take the ticket.
All right. Let me get this ice out of the front of my.
B1 Celine and Center, go with your plate.
It's going to be a Michigan plate. Edward Sam Charles 0231 on black Infinity.
All right. Well, that's better now. Now let's see. All right.
Central 1495.
Go ahead.
I got some notes. You can show me quick.
But
I can see now.
Central 62.
go ahead.
Can you show me out of the dorm?
But
Well, the first wipe was good, but now it's these blades probably need replacing. Bison, egg, and bacon burger. Ooh, damn, that sounds good.
Central 5866, clear the curb. Alright.
When you can clear the stop.
But
Oh, I love fry bread. Shit is delicious. Elizabeth Warren native. Well, I have 0 Native American blood in me. You miss your house.
31st, third, sorry.
14%. I always thought I had some in me because of my darker complexion, but nope. What's going on here? Swedish, Norwegian, and English. Celtic English, yes, Northern England. A little bit of Finnish. Kind of a Scandinavian mutt, basically. I already had mine from when I was in the Army, so. They already got mine. And that's what I did too, is 23andMe. A lot of junk mail from them too. Junk email.
Central Dispatch, I'm here to Frenchtown Hall. Respond for a fire alarm. 2121 North Monroe Street, 2121 North Monroe. The Mall of Monroe. Have a text calling in the general fire alarm. Testing key holders. And off 1245.
Central 821. Can you text dispatch?
All right, guys. What did it say? Doc, my buddy did it. Everybody have a good day. I probably will go live, depending on how busy it is in here. I was gonna leave that up to be charged, but no, there's no sun over here.
That's fresh off one's fine.
All right, guys, thanks for riding with me, keeping me safer from myself mostly. Peace.